YouTube, what up, though? It's your boy Craig, and we're back with another episode of Blurred Up. And today we're talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a brand new Assassin's Creed game, and I'm a couple hours into it, and I just kind of wanted to make a quick video and give you some early impressions and maybe change your mind if you were on the fence about it and let you know that it's a better game than you might think. I was not going to buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey, though. Don't get it twisted. You know, I love open world games. I love stealth. I love Assassin's Creed. But, you know, like most fans, I just started getting tired of all the series just giving me these same games year after year, and the quality wasn't improving. But that's kind of what made me get so excited about Assassin's Creed Origins. You know, it was a kind of a semi-reboot in a way because it was the first game that, you know, really trying to change the combat system and try to, you know, introduce more RPG gameplay and give you a big open world to explore. Also, with it being based in Egypt, this was the first time in a mainline game that we had a black lead character. Not even going into the fact that Egypt is just a dope-ass setting, but I enjoyed the game, and, you know, I definitely supported Ubisoft's new direction with the series and everything like that, but when I saw the new E3 reveal for Odyssey, it just looked so much like Origins. They had, like, the same user interface, they had the same combat, they had the same menus, even the way you tagged the enemies were the same. And it just made me real hesitant about getting the game just because I put so much time in on Origins to have a game that looked almost exactly like it to come out a year after. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I would get burned out on it so quick. And I feel like I would be playing the same thing. It would be like getting an iPhone 7S, you know what I'm saying? It's the same shit, just a little different. And I really didn't want to, you know, drop $60 on that. But, you know, as more impressions and reviews came out, people were just saying it was a great game. I just started hearing like a whole bunch of different things that kind of, you know, piqued my interest on it. Like people saying if you love The Witcher 3, you'll love this game. And The Witcher 3 is like my all-time favorite game. People saying that it may be the best Assassin's Creed of all time, the best story of Assassin's Creed of all time. It had a lot of high hopes and high praise, and it was just, you know, kind of caught me off guard because I know a lot of people going into, you know, release date, they were thinking it was just going to be a rehash and just kind of going back to the old same thing. But I'm 20 hours in, and I'm happy to say I was wrong as hell. Like, the game is good. It's like if 300 and Troy got together and had a baby, and Grand Theft Auto was like the stepdaddy who didn't know where he stood. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird mix of a whole bunch of different gameplay, but it works. It works, and it's a good system, and I'm enjoying it. So yes, there are definitely similarities between this and Origins. Because both teams were working on the games together at the same time, you know, kind of sharing ideas and sharing gameplay, you know, kind of help speed up the development process, and I'm not mad at it. One immediate improvement I noticed in this game was the story definitely draws you in. Origins had a good story overall, but it really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way just because it just dropped you in the story in the beginning, gave you no kind of context, you didn't know what the hell was going on. And it, you know, some people didn't even get past that part. You know, Odyssey does the same thing. They kind of do drop you in right in the action, but they do a way better job of kind of letting you, you know, find your ground and frame the story around you and giving you a character to kind of get invested into. Also, speaking of characters, this is the first time that they let you actually choose whether you want to be a male or female throughout the whole campaign, and that helps add to, you know, more role-playing options and everything like that. You choose between two characters, siblings Alexios and Cassandra. You're also able to react and make different choices in conversation, and this helps to make the character feel more like your own. The story is separated into three major pillars: the family story of your main character, the present day / first civilization arc, and the new group of enemy cultists that you have to track down and amass throughout the world. So you can kind of think of them like the Illuminati. Combat took me a little minute to adjust to because they've removed the option to carry a shield like in Origins, so combat is like much faster with a bigger focus on combos and aggression, which seems a little weird given that Spartans are usually known to carry shields, but it works. It makes combat feel tenser because dodging and parrying are skill-based in time, and, you know, it forces you to get good. You can't, you know, mess around. Another big improvement is the skill trees are way more fleshed out now, with more skills that allow you to play the character that you want. You know, you want to be a stealthy character that teleports from enemy to enemy, stabbing them in the neck and doing assassinations like that, you could definitely do it. You want to be a swole-ass Robin Hood, perched up in a tree, taking out guys from long distance, while you have a freaking bear companion running through the fort, taking everybody out. You can do that. Or if you want to be like your boy, walking right in the front door of the fort, turning your weapons on fire, and kicking everybody's ass when they come in.
You can do it! You can do it all night long!
Customization also carries over to your loot and your ship. Loot is color-coded by rarity, and there have been a ton of different styles of armor and weapons added with different looks and different perks for different playstyles. Naval combat makes a return from Origins, yet it's more fleshed out.
Nice orders! I'm seeing some scoring on the hull! They're about to lose!
You can change the look and the theme of your ship and crew, as well as improve their stats with upgrades. One feature that I love is the ability to go out and recruit strong NPCs to become your new lieutenant. Each NPC has perks they can bring to the crew, as well as being able to assist you in shipboarding parties and out in the field, like if you get jumped or you need help assaulting the fort. A perfect place to find new lieutenants is through the mercenary system. This is a revamp on the Falake system from Origins, mixed with the Nemesis system of Shadow of War. It's basically like a notoriety meter that follows your actions, so the more chaos and craziness you cause in the world and the more high-profile targets you eliminate and kill, the higher the price will be on your head. As you can see in this footage right here, I just assassinated the commander of the Spartans in this area, and immediately my mercenary meter went through the roof. I had all the bounty hunters in the area looking for me because that's like taking out the top dude. And the mercenary system adds such a crazy X factor to the game because bounty hunters pop up literally any and everywhere. You could be assaulting a fort and the accidentally get seen and they call for reinforcements. The bounty hunters in the area could come out and try to help. You could be trying to fight another bounty hunter, trying to assassinate him, and while you're sneaking up on him, another one sneaks up on you. It's craziness, but it's always great fights, always great combat. They're all differently, they all have different perks, they all have different combat. Some will have like lion companions, some will have, epic loot. And then, like I said, if you don't kill them, you can actually recruit them to come be lieutenants with you and travel with you through the world. So it's a great system, and I think it adds a lot more of replayability to the game. And when you have a high price on your head, the high price brings the best bounty hunters out. And that kind of brings me into a concern that was also in Origins. Now that Ubisoft has gone full-blown RPG, levels control everything. So each character and NPC has a level associated with them. So even though you can absolutely beat higher level enemies, they'll just take much more effort and skill. And sometimes they can just typically kill you in a few hits. This also carries over to the world map as each country is level gated. And if you don't pay attention to those suggested levels, you in for a rough day at the office. This is obviously done to steer the player in the directions the developer wants you to go, but as you get higher in level, the grind just gets longer and longer to get to the next level, and it just starts to feel like they're just trying to prolong the game, which I didn't like. It adds a little bit of fluff, and sometimes all the side quests aren't great. You may have some side quests that are real epic side quests that have multi-parts and great stories, and then you may have some side quests that are just standard dumbass fetch quests, but it's hard to tell. So that's been a struggle because it's such a big world and so much to do. Sometimes you don't know what's the good thing to do or what's the best use of your time. But luckily, you receive XP from everything. You get it from discovering new areas, completing quests, killing enemies in stylish ways, and conquest battles, among other things. So even though there's some grinding involved in the game, Odyssey does a great job at trying to mix things up. The crazy thing is I haven't even scratched the surface of this game though. The Fighters Arena returns from Origins with crazy boss fights. My cultist tree is like 25% unlocked, which I'm not going to show you here because I don't want to spoil you guys. There are a ton of weapons and armor sets I have to fill, legendary animals to hunt, and bro, I haven't even been to countries. I haven't even seen some of these countries. It's like a legit world they've built, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Check out Assassin's Creed Odyssey if you can. If you love open world games, if you love good combat, if you love this time period, if you love 300, Troy, anything along those lines, I think you'll be happy with the game. But that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to give you a couple quick impressions on a great new game. And stay tuned for a couple of other tips and tricks on this game, as well as some more content. Like this video, stay tuned, and follow us on social media.